Our friend Bill Jones, he is an attorney. William Jones IV is his whole name.
Yeah, he has the Jones Law Firm.
He has his own building, the Jones Law Sentry, over there on Oakhaven, off of Poplar. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great.
Great. Our friend Bill he's our attorney in real life. He gives us good advice about various issues and can for you, or you can use somebody else. It's strictly up to you, but I believe the advice he can offer about how to pick an attorney, just for starters, is a good place to begin. And then we'll let you call and ask questions. Amy, you can hang on for a minute. We'll get to you. Or you can email mail@drakezeke.com and ask Bill what's up. Now, just going to the phone book and going to L for lawyer and picking one may not be the best approach.
I would recommend against doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to take the time and spend the money, if you've got a big enough problem where you need to hire an attorney, I think you need to do a little bit of investigating, a little bit of interviewing. The tips that I'm going to give you today is, number one, stalk your attorney. I mean, in this digital age, it's easy enough for you to go online, go to your local bar, go to the court website, type in that attorney's name, see how many cases pop up. Go to the Tennessee bar, type in their name, see if they've been censured, see if they've been suspended. Make sure that they actually have a license here in Tennessee to practice law.
So how common are discrepancies like that? I mean, you pick somebody and you don't investigate, and they're in trouble and are not really credible. I mean, is that a common thing?
It's not something that you've got to disclose. I mean, if you get in trouble by the bar, a censure, you don't have to really report it to your client. So it's something that the client needs to go and investigate themselves. The second tip that I'd give is to find your match. If you're going to be spending this amount of money, you need to find somebody that you're comfortable with. I mean, in all likelihood, you're going to be spending a great amount of time with this person, so you want somebody that you can get down in the trenches with, somebody that is going to work for you, and somebody that your personality meshes up well with.
Yeah, because a lot of times you get that somebody is so heavy and overbearing because they're in their position, they're a lawyer. They're like, you just sit back, I'll tell you what to do and handle this. Whereas with you, I like to be able to discuss it both ways. What are the options this way, that way?
Yeah, and you also hear about, and there's no shortage of attorney advertising on television, radio, and I hear people comment that they go to see somebody and they they take their money and then they're just dismissed.
Yeah.
Look, there's no personal involvement, no discussion.
And you're not meeting with that attorney that you saw. Turns out Johnny Cochran passed away.
Yeah.
he's not here to talk to you.
He's not at the office.
Well, you should always remember that your attorney works for you.
Right.
He is your employee. There's no reason that you should feel intimidated or allow your attorney to yell at you. They work for you. If you feel intimidated, unless that's what you want. I mean, for some people,
dominate me.
Well, for some people, they may want an overpowering figure in their life. The next thing I talk about it would be experience. When you interview your attorney, ask them what type of cases they usually handle. Do they have trial experience? What percentage of their cases usually settle? Just get some facts there, and don't be subtle would be the next thing. Ask them point blank.
It's no time to be mealy-mouthed and hesitant.
Yeah.
You need to know exactly what you're dealing with from the get-go.
Honesty is pretty important in this thing too.
Yeah, you really
Did you
can't
kill
lie.
the guy or not? Well,
the other thing is I wouldn't put a square peg in a round hole. I mean, if you've got a personal injury case, don't go out and hire the tax attorney that you play golf with or that goes to your church.
Everybody has a specific area of expertise.
Yeah, I mean, we have areas that we practice in. We'll go across the board. Like I'll handle bankruptcy, I'll handle divorce, I'll handle personal injury. I don't touch criminal law. So if you've killed somebody, you're not going to want to come to me.
Yeah.
You talk to Pat the Chick attorney.
You talk to Pat the Chick. But that would be, if you've got a friend that's an attorney and he practices outside of your field and you ask him, hey, will you take my case? he may end up saying, sure, I'll do it, and he feels compelled to do it because you're friends, but in the end, I think you probably won't be happy with the result that you get there. The next thing is just understand the billing system. When you hire an attorney, you need to spend at least 15 minutes in that consultation discussing, how do you bill? Do you bill me by 5 minutes, by 15 minutes? Am I going to pay you a retainer fee? Am I going to pay you a flat fee or court cost included? You need to understand the billing system.
Yeah.
That's very, very important.
And are they all different?
Yeah, they are all different. There's an attorney in town that does flat billing for everything. If you want a motion, it's X amount of dollars. If you want a petition, it's X amount of dollars. I generally use a retainer on most of mine. And a retainer is where we put money in a trust account, and then every hour's worth of work that I do, I pull from that retainer. It's almost like a layaway plan that you've got with us.
Right.
The next thing is, I say no brag, just fact. If you go in and your attorney guarantees that you'll win this case, you need to get up and leave right then. There is no guarantee in any case that it's a slam dunk that you'll win. And if you've got such an egotistical attorney that they're going to say, hey, I guarantee you're going to win this case, you need to run. It's just bad business.
That's a good point, because it's an unpredictable system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you need to set your clients' perceptions right, or they're not perceptions, their expectations right off the bat, to make sure everybody's on the same page. You also need to make sure you're headed in the same direction. If your goal is, I want to make sure that I get custody of the kids, or I want to make sure that this guy goes to court and I can call him bad names on the stand, make sure your attorney knows that's your goal, because we think in a different manner. We may be thinking, okay, this is what the law says you can do, and you may have a different goal. So make sure that your attorney knows what your goal is. The next to last thing is interview at least 2 attorneys. Don't just open the yellow pages, scroll down, and say, okay, he's got the brightest, shiniest ad, he must be good.
So just compare a little bit,
sure,
like anything else.
Sure. If you've got a serious legal issue, you're probably going to spend at least $1,000 if you've got a serious legal issue. I don't know of any other purchase that a consumer would make where they wouldn't at least compare.
Yeah, test drive a different car or look at a different refrigerator. Sure.
I mean, you owe it to yourself to go talk to one guy and then go talk to another guy and compare.
Maybe another guy.
Yeah, sure. And see which one you feel most comfortable with.
Yeah.
And the last thing is, it's not a time to bargain shop. If you've got a serious enough issue where you are having to walk through the door of an attorney's office, it is not the time to be thrifty. There's a reason that some guys charge $500 and some guys charge $75 an hour. I mean, you get what you pay for. And if you're thrifty on the front end, you're going to pay for it on the back end.
Good advice.
Those are my 10 tips for you guys.